Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Another Fat Guy Cooks. I'm your fat guy, Andy Baker, and today we are going to be making bubble tea, or boba. Let's go. Okay, so we're going to be making bubble tea today, which is like a weird Asian hipster thing that everyone got really excited about 5 years ago that I don't know sure anybody really gives a shit about anymore. But, you know, it's a nice easy thing we can have a go at without making too much mess. And after last week's episode of the cake and everything that went along with that, I'm just kind of looking for an easy out this week. So let's see if bubble tea is going to be our crutch to make it through. So we're going to make our Boba Balls. Boba Balls. We're going to make our Boba Balls, which are tapioca flour and sugar and a few other bits. So we're going to make those, and then we'll make the tea, and then we'll put them in. We'll drink it. It'll be really, yeah. This should be fairly simple. The first thing we're just going to get going in the background is we're just going to make some simple syrup with some brown sugar. So we need like 100 milliliters of water and 100 grams of brown sugar, and then we're just going to let that slowly simmer away to make a nice simple syrup that we then put our boba balls in when they're done. And then, I don't know, that looks about right. So we're just going to bring the brown sugar and the water up to a simmer, and that'll make us a nice simple syrup. So, for the boba balls, for the dough that we're going to make and make our boba balls out of, we need 60 grams of brown sugar. We need 100 grams of tapioca flour, or starch, whatever you want to call it, this stuff. And 60 milliliters of boiling water. That side. Just about this much. And then we're just going to work this together until it comes into a nice dough. Now it's going to be a little bit warm, so we're going to have to let it cool down, but I'm just going to work all the lumps out first, and then we're just going to keep adding tapioca flour until it turns into a nice moldable sort of dough. I'm just going to lay out a nice bed of flour. It's definitely got more of like a cornstarch feel than actual flour. For those of you who know what oobleck is, which is like a non-Newtonian fluid where you mix together cornstarch and water, and it's basically like really soft when you press it, but if you punch it, see look, you punch it, it goes through, but if you press, you can just make a nice hole in it. You punch, see? Science! I don't know why this didn't do this last time. I think I might have done this wrong. Yeah, so I think we're gonna start again because I've basically just made oobleck. Okay, so we're gonna dump 60 milliliters of water. We're gonna do it a different way because we fucked it up that way. So we're gonna get 60 milliliters of water in here and bring it to the boil. Kind of the same as what we did with this. Okay, and then we need 50 grams of dark sugar, brown sugar, whatever you want to call it. I think this is one of those things like baking where if you try and eyeball shit, you're just going to completely fuck it up. And then I need 100 grams of tapioca flour. And then I just need to slowly add that to this a bit at a time. So throw a bit in. Stir it around until it's all combined. And then the rest of our flour. And this should now turn into our dough. Ha! Okay, yeah. Okay, very hot. This feels a bit more like what we should be doing. Okay. And then we just need to knead this out until it's the right consistency. Without burning our hands, which I am doing constantly. Okay. We're just going to let that chill for a bit and cool down, because it's burning the fuck out of our hands. Going to put our simple syrup off to one side now that that's pretty much done. Let that cool down. And we're just going to bring a big pot of water up to the boil. I only tried this once before I did this, so as you can probably tell. Okay, so we have our dough, which now doesn't stick to stuff, which is good. There's plenty of ways you can do this, but I'm going to do it the lazy way because it's the way that I do everything. You want your bowl with a little bit of tapioca flour left in it, because we're going to make little balls and then we're going to throw them in there just so they get covered with tapioca flour so they don't all stick together. And then now for the next God knows how long, I'm literally just going to stand here, take a little pinch, like a little ball's amount, we roll it, we make a ball, and then we throw it in there. And it's literally that exciting. So we make our ball, pinch them together, make sure he stays as a ball. There we go. There we go. Ball into the tapioca flour. Done. Do that now another fucking million times. Cue the stupid Italian music.
Non più tra i farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto Adolcino d'amor. Delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto Adolcino d'amor. Non più avrai questi bei panacchini, quel cappello leggero galante, quella chioma, quell'aria brillante, quel vermiglio d'onesco color.
So we have some boba. We're going to throw this in some boiling water. We're going to try and get as much of the starch off as we can, but it doesn't really matter. And we're going to throw these in the boiling water for about 5 to 6 minutes. So as you can see, our boba are floating to the surface, which is good. They're nice and gelatinous again, which is what we're looking for. So we'll let those go for another couple of minutes. Not gonna lie, our bobas are a bit chonky, but then so are we. So it should be fine. Now there's a lot of maths and science and bollocks to this, like you're doing for so long to make them so squidgy and chewy and what. Look, we're just going for base level boba here. You know, if you want expert chefing, not the place to find it. Loads of other chef channels who are actually good at cooking. Here what we do is we say fuck a lot and we sort of struggle by and make things vaguely edible. In case you didn't know that already. Right, I'm gonna make our tea. It's gonna get 4 tea bags. In fact, probably 2 tea bags will be enough. 2 tea bags. I'm just going to let that steep for a bit. Right, our bobas are about ready, so we're going to take our bobas out and dump them in our syrup. There we go. So that's all our bobas ready to go. Now, if you're doing it in a cold drink, obviously you want to let these cool down. Hot drink, don't. I'm just going to use a little bit less water in there because I kind of just want to make a bit of a tea concentrate. So we've got our bobas ready, our tea's nearly there. We're just going to prepare our glass. So we've got a nice big boy for the glass just because it looks better on the fucking thumbnail. Use whatever glass you want. So we've got some How am I going to do this? So we've got some chocolate sauce, and we're just going to kind of paint the inside of our vessel with chocolate sauce so it runs all the way around. Should have got some in a squirty bottle, would have made this loads easier. Oh shit! Okay. There we go. So we'll let that run down the outside. Again, probably a prettier way of doing this. And then we're going to add milk to our tea. In fact, throw some ice in our tea first. Let's cool that down. Bobas in the bottom. Use all of these. And also a decent amount of your sugar syrup as well, because obviously that's what sweetens your tea. Is that all of it? Yep. I feel like I maybe should have done a few more bobas. Throw some ice in. In fact, no, we'll do the tea first. So, tea with milk. Nice. So we're going to throw this in. Get it about halfway up, and then top them back off with ice. I'm starting to think that we should maybe call this a first attempt, because this is not going amazing. Make sure you get your nice big thick boba straw, stick that in, and there you have it. Sort of homemade bubble tea, kind of. You got a bobas at the bottom. Hang on, I'll come show you. See anything like that? Whoops, that's it. Just tilt it on camera and spill it all over the fucking place. Boiling. So you see all the bubbles at the bottom. Oh, just pour it over the electrical socket. Good idea. Should we try it and see if it's any good? I mean, it's pretty tasty, to be honest. And my bobas are kind of coming up the straw, look. Nice and squidgy. I mean, they kind of taste like bobas. Okay, I've got a mouthful of balls. I mean, fuck, I don't know. This episode was this was a terrible idea from the start, I think. But, you know, homemade bubble tea that's, you know, passable. Thanks a lot for watching. Another Fat Guy's just cooked. I'll catch you next time. Oh, please like, comment and subscribe. The other videos are better than this one.